internet. I have seen a lot on Reddit recently that people are complaining about toxicity, and I want to talk about how it actually happens and what goes through people's mind when they start being toxic and start flaming other people. So the first point is that people are too selfish to look at their own gameplay and improve it. It's just a lot easier to blame others, and people just think of themselves as the best player in the world, and the brain always wants to take the shortest way, and the shortest way to deal with a loss is just to blame other people. For example, if I die in a lane, solo lane, before minions arrive and we end up losing the game, it's typical that they blame me for the loss, even though I might have had an average game after that moment. Most of the time, it's the 010 guy who's very emotional and very, having a very bad game, who's flaming, because it's easier to blame other people for their mistakes than fixing your own. And when people do bad on other lanes, they just seem to start flaming and giving up instead of just focusing on their own lane and start carrying from there and carry the team and maybe get some momentum for them, so the guy who's actually behind can be emotional with get back into the game emotional wise. And with wins and losses, it's okay to get emotional, but just don't directly blame other people, calling them names or wishing that their families and themselves to die. It's just the wrong way to deal with it. Like, if you finished a 50-minute game and you feel emotional after, just take a break, go get some water, maybe something to eat, so you can clear your mind and then start a new game. I know a lot of people say this already, but there's also a different thing you can do. I've not really heard of anyone who has said that before, but you can cope with the emotions after a loss. It's just to give in. Don't write anything in game. Just start shouting at your PC and just tell them how bad they are, and you get all your emotions out, and then it won't really hurt or affect anyone in the community, and you won't really be seen as a toxic player because no one can hear you unless you of course stream or talk with people on Skype. But if you just cope with it, you just give in and shout at your computer and just walk around for a couple of minutes, and then you can restart and just get your mindset back, and then just start playing again. And then no one is hurt, and no one is gonna receive any penalties because you have no one knows that you're actually doing it. You can play a game where you'll go 20-0 and lose, and then just shout at your screen because your team is so bad, and they won't know that you're not toxic. They only know you're toxic when you actually tell them in game and write to them that they're bad and how they can't really play the game according to you. So if you just keep that in mind, you should be okay. Remember, I'm just some random guy on the internet. This is just my thoughts on it, and it's an easy way to get over it. I have never really had a toxicity problem, but I know that this has helped for some of my friends who are very toxic.